The state of Georgia is on solid economic footing despite the pandemic, according to Governor Kemp. The governor says he is committed to sharing that wealth with everyday Georgians and educators. The comments came during Kemp's State of the State address this morning under the Gold Dome in Atlanta. Kemp is proposing a $250 income tax rebate for all Georgians, using a piece of a $3.7 billion state surplus to fund it. Full-time teachers and school staff would also get a $2,000 bonus in the first half of this year, while part-time staffers would get a $1,000 bonus. The governor says it's time to share the state's economic surplus with hardworking Georgians affected by the pandemic.
Over the last 3 years, we built Georgia's house on a firm foundation. The concrete, the frame, and the roof withstood the storms, and we emerged resilient. We boldly seized the opportunity to plant seeds for the future in good soil, so a bountiful harvest would bring our state brighter, more prosperous days ahead.
The Republican governor's promises to share the wealth come in an election year when he is facing a primary challenge in his own party. News 3's Chuck Williams joining us now with Democratic and Republican reactions to Kemp's speech. Chuck?
Phil, this was the State of the State, but it was also clearly a political speech aimed at Georgia voters who will decide if the governor gets a second term. And it comes 5 months from a primary challenge from former U.S. Senator David Perdue. The tone for Governor Kemp's speech was set in the introduction from Speaker of the House David Ralston. Ralston talked about the unprecedented obstacles Kemp has faced.
I also tell you that he's mastered those challenges, whether it was COVID, the other little issues that we've had to deal with from within and without the state, I might add.
Two Columbus lawmakers sitting in the House chamber Thursday morning heard Ralston's comments, and they didn't hear the same thing.
It did sound really warm and fuzzy today is what I'm going to say about it.
Speaker Ralston gave a very strong speech yesterday at the State Chamber's breakfast that it almost sounded like a continuation of that, where Speaker Ralston's saying that the state of Georgia has been doing things the way they're supposed to be done or should have been done during these times.
Here's what Robertson, a retired Muskogee County Sheriff's deputy, heard Kemp say.
Of course, what I heard were pay raises for state employees, issues related to employee benefits, and then some important things related to public safety, like 32 positions within the GBI crime lab.
Hughley says she heard the governor staking his ground for the primary challenge.
I felt like I was at a campaign rally doing that speech, because the governor clearly moved swiftly to the right and had issues of concern to his primary voters. There were some good elements of the speech that we can all agree on, but on some of those issues, it was clearly thinking about the primary ahead of him.
Phil, get ready for the next 10 months. Everything will be viewed through a political lens, and it starts with this General Assembly session. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Chuck. Governor Kemp's entire State of the State speech can be found at WRBL.com.